If you had a chance, I guess obviously you answered this question. If you had a chance to do everything all over again in your life, what would you change? Nothing? Is there anything you would change?
Yeah, there was a lot of personal things I would change. Probably I began to set the record straight with a lot of things. A lot of things I would change. Probably, yeah, there are a lot of personal things that I don't want to talk about. Probably some things within my family that if I could change. But then again, it goes back to me wanting to take back and looking at what I could have done to make it better at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I did the best I could at that time. So I kind of released it to the Lord. Yeah.
Is there anything in life that you really wanted that you haven't gotten?
No. And that's the truth. Every time I look over my life, I know that sounds cocky, but no. Every time I set my mind on something, I believe in making it work. I believe that all visions and dreams come from the Lord. I believe that the moment God gives you a vision and dream, I believe that if He gave it to you, He'll help you bring it to pass. So when I look back over my life, how I won Mr. Northside was, I was a sophomore at a new school. And they had the sophomore, junior, and senior in the Mr. Northside pageant. And when I was a sophomore, I wanted to run for Mr. Sophomore. And I let it pass. And in our junior year, I wanted to run for Mr. Junior, and I let it pass. And when I became a senior, something told me, you won't get another chance. Once you do this and that tassel's over, you won't be able to run for Mr. Northside. And I had no support behind me. My own classroom wouldn't support me. They wouldn't do anything to support me, but I wanted it. I had to have it. I had to. It was something that I dreamed for years that I wanted, and I got it. And I got it. It was a moment to where it was really a faith thing for me. It was just something I wanted. It was something I had to do for myself. It was something I had to do for myself. Yeah.
Let's see. When are you going to publish your autobiography?
You know what? Every time I write U.S. Cable is another chapter in my book. Every time I think I got it finished, another chapter is added. And I don't know. Angela, I had hoped to publish in that book this year, but look like I got to write about U.S. Cable. How I came to Lake County, did the shows, and how I met the Golden Eccleston, Tyrone Dickerson, and it's my destiny is still unfolding. I think that for me to write it now will be a little too quick. Yeah. Yeah.
Who are your friends? And we keep hearing that you keep saying that you would like to be alone. Do you have any friends?
Yes, I have friends.
If so, who are they?
Look, I have a best friend in Memphis, Gary Smith. I have another friend, Romanitha Henderson, in Memphis. They both live in Memphis. I tried to invite people here that I'm really close with. I'm really somebody that I really love and admire. I met Audrey before I moved here back in 1986. She's in the audience now. She's a person that very understanding, very compassionate, very warm, loving person. And I could call her sometime at my lowest point and she would listen. Sometimes you don't really need to hear nothing, but just somebody to listen to you. And she's been there. I love her so much. She can. She sings with the world famous Thomas community singer. She's gonna give me when I tell it. But she's one of Reverend Bross's singers. She's been there before they start recording. She's right there. I'm gonna bring her up out the wild. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Pastor Howard. I can look at him as a pastor, as a father figure. He's somebody that every time he's always doing something for me. I love him a whole lot, but again, it's very few friends. It's not nobody that, I don't have a whole buku of friends. I have intimate friends, people that I can share my mind so hard with. Yeah, I do.
In our closing, you've said this about yourself. I see myself as a mystical character out of the pages of a storybook that you can only read about, hear about, talk about, and dream about, but can never see or touch.
Yeah. I wrote that because, like the book, I watched every one of my shows, and when I see them, I see a product that's not finished. I see a product that needs to be perfected. Everything. I'm very hard on myself. I think that I'm a character that really hadn't really begun to unfold or exist yet. I think that probably I'll be 30 in December. I think when people see me, if I live to be 40, they'll say, is that the same Lerone Baker? Because I look at myself now and I'm steady growing, and I pray that I continue to grow. So that's the way I see myself. I see myself almost as a character out of a book. That's when I don't want to write my book now, because I think that the best is yet to come. He jumped over this hurdle, and he climbed that mountain, and he slew the evil dragon. You know, it's steady unfolding, and I don't want to just write it and let that be it. I think I want it to be a time in my life to where it can help somebody over their hurdles in their life. So I see myself as a storybook, something you read about, because it baffles me sometimes when I look back and see how, because I think a lot of situations in my life were set up for me not to make it, but I made it. Yeah, and I think that only happens in a fairy tale.
Yeah. Like happy ending.
Yeah.